You've seen this. Everybody has seen this. Can you make pumpkin anything with this stuff? Yeah, sure. Have I ever done any sort of pumpkin dessert with this stuff? No, because it's not that hard to make fresh, real pumpkin puree that I promise you tastes a million times better, okay? And I'm gonna show you how. Because it's really, really easy, and I promise you all your baked goods that require pumpkin puree, it's gonna be night and day. It'll be night and day. And this is easy, easy, easy. I am telling you, it is easy. The hardest part is probably just cutting the pumpkin in half because I'm not very strong. So let's get into it. First things first, have a pumpkin, okay? Go to your grocery store, go to a farmer's market, go to wherever you can find a pumpkin. Don't go and get a huge pumpkin. You do not need a huge pumpkin. You just need a little pumpkin like this guy. And this one honestly is a little too big, but it's okay. Just some sort of sugar pumpkin. So get yourself a good looking pumpkin like this one, okay? Make sure you wash it, okay? Because you don't want any of the dirt or anything from the pumpkin in your baked goods because that's gross. You're gonna wanna set your oven to 400 degrees, so bake. Boop, 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 boop. Oh wait, haha. All right, ooh, and then start. All right. Let your oven get nice and hot and all that stuff because you're gonna need it, okay? All right, now that you have your oven set to 400, it's getting all nice and warm for us. We gotta cut this bad boy, and I am not a good pumpkin cutter, so this is either gonna be really embarrassing or really good. We're gonna have to wait and see. There's really no right or wrong way to do this. And is this super aesthetically pleasing? No, okay? But I'm not very strong, so I'm doing my best here to get this pumpkin cut, okay? All right, look at that. Look at our pumpkin. Please do not make fun of my pumpkin cutting skills, okay? I know that was really bad. I tried my best, okay? It's really hard trying to cut a pumpkin. But once you finally got your pumpkin cut in half, okay, you are gonna wanna gut it. You're gonna wanna take out all the seeds, all the stringy bits. Don't leave any of that stuff, okay? Make sure no seeds are in there and none of that stringy stuff you see. You don't want any of that stuff. Personally, I've always found it really easy to clean out a pumpkin with just a regular spoon. Like, this is not a fancy spoon, it's just a regular spoon. That's all you really need. You see how clean the pumpkin is now. That is what you want. And if you want to keep the seeds and roast them, then go ahead and do that too. I know a lot of people like pumpkin seeds. I'm not a huge fan, so I won't be doing that. But look at how clean and gorgeous our pumpkins are. All right, well, now that you've gutted your pumpkin and it all looks all pretty and cute and whatnot, right? You're gonna need a baking sheet and some aluminum foil, okay? Also, the oven is good. It is at 400 degrees. Now with that aluminum foil, you're gonna just cover your baking sheet because let's make cleanup easy. We're not trying to make our lives harder. I'm trying to make your life easier and I'm trying to make my life easier. And this is gonna make cleanup 10 times easier, okay? You're gonna plop your pumpkins that are all nice and clean onto this baking sheet and into the oven at 400 degrees, okay? Look at that. Easy. Easy! All right, the pumpkin is in the oven. I repeat, the pumpkin is in the oven. She is baking, she is doing her thing. Leave her alone, okay? An hour, if you want, go check up on the pumpkin in about like 40 minutes. I personally like to leave it in there for an hour. It's not gonna kill the pumpkin, just, you know, checking on it, make sure it's not burning. It shouldn't, okay? And voila, the pumpkin is baked. She is ready to come out of the oven and she is super, super, super freaking hot. But you want your pumpkin to be very, very soft when you take it out of the oven, okay? It has been over an hour now. Use a little spatula to help you flip the pumpkin because it's gonna be really hot, okay? Now, you don't have to be as crazy as I am because I am just gonna, you know, poke this pumpkin and get all the goodness out of it before it actually cools down. You can wait until it cools down if you'd like, but I'm just gonna, you know, do my thing because I'm really used to just doing it while she's super hot right out the oven. And I do think it makes it a little bit easier because it's just so super soft at this point, and that's exactly what you want with your pumpkin. Before you start taking all the goodness out of your pumpkin for your pumpkin puree, be sure that your pumpkin is actually soft and is ready to actually start getting all the goodness out of it. That's what I did with the fork that you saw earlier. I poked the pumpkin, made sure that it was super, super soft before I took my spoon and started doing my thing and getting it into this cute little bowl here. I'd like to say that this is probably the hardest part about making your own pumpkin puree. Just cutting the pumpkin in half and then putting it in the oven and then just taking out all of the goodness. That's probably the hardest part. And voila! Now you have a whole bowl of just fresh, soft pumpkin that you're gonna puree, and that's it. Okay, we're gonna get into that part, but let's just appreciate what we just did already. Look at that. Do you see how easy that was? You know you can do that. So now that you've got all your little pumpkin pieces, okay, it smells really nice too, okay? You're just gonna take a blender, food processor. You can smash this up with your hand, whatever you want to do. I'm just gonna blend this up because I've got a puree whip part for this blender here, and you're just gonna do it in small batches. Now, the thing about pumpkin is, do not try and put this all into a food processor, a blender, whatever you're using to blend your pumpkin up. Do it piece by piece, okay? Put in a little bit of pumpkin, blend that up really good. Put in some more pumpkin, blend that up really good. Do it little by little, okay? Do not try and get this to all blend together at once. I always like to use my hands in a fork to just continuously mush up the pumpkin that isn't blended up just yet, because you want that nice consistency. And if you are having a hard time with your blender, I have an older blender and I just don't have a food processor, and I don't think you need to buy a food processor for this. Use your blender, whatever you have. Just put in a little bit of water to help the pumpkin move around a little bit, because I promise you it will make a huge difference and you are going to love it. And voila! You have your pumpkin puree. This is the consistency you want when you are making your own pumpkin puree, and I 10 out of 10 recommend it. I promise you it is night and day from that stuff you buy in a can. And that is it. You've got your fresh pumpkin puree. That's literally it. You did it. You did it. You're done. We did it. I've got my mason jars. I'm gonna put my puree in these mason jars, and you can store them in the fridge for up to 2 weeks. When I tell you that this stuff smells so good, your house is going to smell magical. Magical. I love that. Oh, my heart is so happy. Check out this consistency. Look at that. So pretty. So pretty. And there you have it. You've made homemade pumpkin puree. And look how cute they look in these mason jars. This, compared to this, night and day. I am telling you, go ahead and make your pumpkin puree fresh. It really, 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 really does make a huge freaking difference, okay? This is gold. I am telling you, it's gonna be so freaking good. Be sure to try it. Now with this, I can go ahead, make a pumpkin pie, but I tend to always make pumpkin pies, so I'm going to be making pumpkin cheese cream cupcakes. And if you are interested in seeing how to make pumpkin cheese cream cupcakes with pumpkin puree made from scratch, then be sure to check out this video, and I will see you there. Goodbye!